If you like this video, click like. If you want to continue to follow our adventure, hit subscribe. Your support would be greatly appreciated. Hello, Lives on the Road subscribers and followers. I've gotten a lot of comments through our year of being on the YouTube that people think our life is boring, that we need to get out of the national forest more and go do some things. And I guess I can understand that, but I don't think a lot of people understand what it is that we're trying to accomplish. We're not travelers, I don't know what we are, full-time campers, I don't know. But what I'm trying to do is really reduce the amount of stress that was in my life and just live happy. If we were to go do more, we would end up raising our costs. I mean, just to run down to the beach the other day, you know, that was a 40-mile trip, 80-mile round trip. What is that, $5 in gas? Plus we had to, you know, we bought lunch, so now there's another $18. So, I mean, our cost would go up considerably, which means that it would reduce the amount of time that we can enjoy this lifestyle. Living stress-free, being happy. You know, I really think that taking our walks on these trails is the best thing. Carolyn and I have spent endless hours talking and walking and getting in shape, loving the trees, loving the environment, seeing the wildlife. It's a wonderful experience. But I see our lives more as every time that we leave an area, say like when we go from one dramatic area to another, we renew ourselves, renew our life, renew our experiences. So I don't see it as boring. For example, you know, we spent a month in Mississippi, and night after night after night, we got to see gorgeous sunset after gorgeous sunset after gorgeous sunset. And then we went and left Mississippi and went to Ray Springs, Tennessee. Now, we only got to stay there for 2 nights, but it was beautiful. A whole new experience and a whole new renewal of energy. The river was beautiful, and we learned some things. And then we went from Tennessee to West Virginia. Dismal Falls area, Thomas Jefferson National Forest. And what was so neat about that is not so much what was in the National Forest, which it was beautiful. We enjoyed our walks there just as much. But it was going to town, driving the mountains on a highway, going through tunnels. It was just breathtaking views, looking over at the mountain range. Ah! And so, I don't see any of that as boring. I loved every minute of everything that we have done. And then when we left the cold of the mountains, you know, we'd been in the mountains all summer and it was cold all summer. And we left the cold to go to South Carolina. And so we had all that chill, and then immediately we were into this warm climate. And it was just, you know, we had the mosquitoes and all the things that go along with a warm, hot climate. It was a renewal. It was just refreshing. Believe it or not, coming out of the cold of the mountains into the boiling heat of South Carolina with all the bugs was kind of a renewal. It was refreshing. It was lovely. But there is something to say about sitting here watching the river. I showed you a video the other day where I came out, it was a little bit of drizzle. I'll put a link to that video right here. And just watching the river, just sitting here watching the river. Our backyard, I can see the river from right here. I mean, it's 100 feet away. It's amazing. It's wonderful. Maybe somebody would say that's boring, just sitting there watching the water. But it's not. It really isn't. It's a wonderful life. Sitting here by the campfire. Ah, I love sitting by the campfire. And the interesting thing about the campfire is when we had the 8 acres, on the weekends we would start a campfire. I had a ton of firewood, just, you know, old deadfall that I would cut up and throw to the side. It was a huge pile of wood. And on the weekends we would sit by the campfire. The problem with it was I was so stressed at work that I only had, what, 52 hours or so, 48 hours, whatever it is, of weekend time. And I needed for that time to move very slowly. Okay? I could not waste a second of time. I had to just have it go so slow because that meant I had to go back to work Monday morning. I just needed to slow life down. And the problem with sitting by the campfire was you would sit out there and a couple hours would go by and you wouldn't even realize it. Before you knew it, it was dark. And I just couldn't afford to waste time that quickly. I could not have time moving that fast. But here, I can sit at this campfire all day long. So maybe my life is boring. But isn't it about time? Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video.